Good evening, Papua New Guinea, and welcome to tonight's episode of Sports Scene. Now we have a special guest with us joining us tonight. Lorraine, could you introduce him for us?
Yes, we do. We have Aaron Alsop here, High Performance Manager of the High Performance Division of the PNG Olympic Committee. Aaron, welcome.
Thank you, guys. Thanks for having us.
How has your weekend been?
Yeah, really busy. It was a full weekend as normal. We had a few events on and staff were out there engaged, so it was really good.
It was a big sporting weekend. A lot of stuff happening, Lorraine.
It definitely was. I think the highlight of this weekend would have to be the National Capital District Volleyball Finals and, of course, the National Provincial Sevens Championships. Were you over there to check out some of the talent?
Yeah, we had some staff that were working there over the weekend and had an opportunity to speak to the coaches. Selections coming up for the Oceania Champs and Olympic qualifiers, so it was a really good event.
Also, the Melanesian Cup, the winners from the Intercity Cup here in Port Moresby played against the winner of the Fiji competition, and our Glorious came out on top, 42 points to 2, so huge congratulations to them.
Yeah, well done. Yeah, great effort.
They did extremely well. Now also the Besta Cup was in its final in the leg in the Highlands region, which Jeremy was over there to cover as well. So now we'll just get straight into this interview with Aaron.
Yeah.
Aaron, how was the Pacific Games for you guys as a high performance division?
Yeah, well, I think it was a team effort. You know, the high performance team was a part of a bigger team of the general management program under our chef de mission, Richard Cussman. We were obviously very excited about the opportunity of being a part of a home games. The great advantage, I think, for us was that we had such great support from the government. It's just nothing could have happened without that sort of support. And the leadership, I guess, that we had through the Olympic Committee to guide and steer a home team at the Games. Obviously a lot of expectation on everybody. But what was exciting was that the number of heroes that came through, you know, it was amazing. We were really excited to see how those athletes performed, so it was a really good job from everyone.
Definitely. Now, just for those at home who don't know too much about the High Performance Training Center, could you just differentiate what you guys do from their coaches and coaching staff from the actual team?
Yeah, sure. I think in terms of what the High Performance Division of the PNG Olympic Committee does day to day is that we lead the high performance programs across all 35 sports through PNG. What we specifically do in terms of the High Performance Training Centre is it's recognised for us as one of the training bases, as a centre of excellence. It's where all of our elite athletes that are in the national squads in Port Moresby train. And then the same thing is what would be accessible, say for example in Lae through Signatius Kalagi facility or NSI's gym. So specifically what we do there in the area of sports science and sports medicine is about the physical preparation of the athletes. So the coaches, you know, partner with us and talk about what they want from their athletes, and we deliver programs to make sure that it meets those benchmarks. Specifically for the Pacific Games, it also had to make sure that we met the standards that we'd set in terms of selection policy. And the testing data that we were able to put the athletes through, monitoring of injuries and all those sort of things, it was a really world-class sort of standard of delivery for the support.
Definitely.
Now, what plans do you guys have to expand into centres outside of Port Moresby?
Yeah, there's going to be some announcements around that the Minister and the CEO of Sports Foundation will be coming up very shortly. In terms of some of the announcements that have already been made was the support for the continuation of the high performance program for the next 4 years. Our Prime Minister at the team thank you presentation that we had after the Games said that he wants us to win the Games offshore. So in 2019 in Tonga, he'd like to see Team PNG win again. So we're fortunate that through the success that we've had that they're continuing that support. With regards to the regional areas, some of the things that we're in discussion with at the moment, I guess, is just how do we support better the regional athletes? We know that there's a lot of athletes that have quality in those regions. We did visit them a number of times throughout the lead up to the Pacific Games without there being specifically staff based at those areas. But we sort of know and we all agree that in terms of our relationship with the Sports Foundation that we've got to support the athletes better in the two other major centres. And then the third one probably would be in Kokopo. I'd say there'd be something that we're going to look at supporting the athletes there. Yeah.
Well, there you have it, an insight into the high performance division. You've heard it from the manager himself, Aaron. Now we'll head out for a few short messages. We will be back with more after the break as we profile one of our most talked about boxers.
Thaddeus Katoa, so don't go anywhere. Welcome back to the show. Now we move to boxing, where a young lad from the autonomous region of Bougainville, he created history recently at the Youth Commonwealth Games in Apia, Samoa by winning a gold medal, young Thaddeus Katoa. Aaron, I'm sure you guys worked with him.
Yeah, he's exciting young talent. Credit to the National Boxing Federation, John Avira and his executive, and the support from the Olympic Committee in terms of funding through the G4G program as well, leading into the Pacific Games. He delivered a gold medal there, and then I think just continuation of that program into the Apia was only 6 weeks later was amazing effort. Seeing those fights was just exceptional by a young man. He did a great job.
And look, Aaron, he is the first Papua New Guinean to ever win gold in the history of the Youth Commonwealth Games for PNG, of course.
Yeah.
What was the feeling like being there and just watching it, witnessing history in the making?
Yeah, I was just impressed, I think, by the way that he'd grown so much as a younger athlete during the Pacific Games that he was able to handle the environment that was at the Youth Com Games. He's just such a humble young guy, and I think credit to the coach as well. Raf did a great job in the way that he managed that program. I know that there was a bit of tweaking done between some of the fights through some video analysis was done by our physio Simon Morris, and that really helped, I guess, feel him confident towards that gold medal match.
And the fact that he's just 18 years of age goes
So
to show
young.
that the guy has a lot of potential in the near future, of course. Now, if you haven't heard much of Thaddeus Katoa, this is his story.
Lo Pacific Games kami start PS game kami mi pilawan tema Nucaledonia nami winimem lo last round lo puenta sol na second Nauru kami winim Nauru again. Okay, that now Samoa no, and now mi winim goal now lo Samoa Nucaledonia mosemem strongly league ya. Nauru na Samoa semem no top league. The team lo mi win strong straight lo winim this last round lo mi lo Nucaledonia because I'm too close strong na mi win try hard straight lo winim this la Nucaledonia. Senam mi win strong inside lo mi na mi win winim this la Nucaledonia. Mi win pila hamas lo goal lo mi ta mi win winim goal lo mi now na mi hamas ku straight lo sapotable lo mi win sapoti mi na mi strong pa lo mi na mi winim goal lo mi. Sa tanto sa mi uklo ting back lo family lo mi na mama lo mi paps lo mi na no all get ting uklo kam na mi uklo strong ta sona lo kisim goal ta sona. So lo time play like one lo Youth Commonwealth mi play go training lo Oroka mi wantem bepu na Rafael Lare na training lo Oroka am good the training mi play lo Oroka. So time play kam lo finish training lo Oroka mi play go straight lo Samoa no. So time play go lo Samoa no meeting ta sona lo kisim goal ta sol because all kita athletes all lo kisimon plus something na mi one plata sona na mi uklo ting na pa mi mas wini man pla goal na pa mi go back lo country lo mi.
Now, speaking on ways to move forward, we've got a question for Jeremy Moggy, and of course it's to do with the Telecom NSL. Aaron, with the inception of the Telecom NSL and the Digicel Cup, could training regimes give rise to a better quality competition?
The easy answer is yes. The way that I guess what we've seen and the success that we've had working with the national teams is that those principles don't really change. Obviously, you've got to create sport-specific programs based on the group of athletes that you're working with, the age of the athlete and the development standards of the athletes right now. But in terms of, say, a Digicel Cup team or an NSL team or some of the other elite teams in different codes, there's a big opportunity there, I think, for the standard of professional sports to lift as well. And when we've looked at the success of, say, the Hunters program in the last 2 years, is a very good example of how you've taken a model there within one sport, put them into a full-time environment, provide them with great coaching, great support services, and we would expect that to continue to move forward. Obviously, that leading into the games, we were very focused on Team PNG. What we're excited about is, I guess, mentoring other people that work within those programs that we're happy to share information with and add value to their programs, so that those players eventually would come into the national programs anyway, and we would see that's an exciting opportunity for franchises in PNG.
Definitely, and it's really exciting to see where sport in Papua New Guinea is moving.
Yeah, it's only just begun. We've only been here for 19 months, so I can imagine the next 4 years where we can be.
Definitely.
Already promising sign.
Yeah, exactly. So we'll just take a quick break right now, and we'll be back with more of Sports Scene. And welcome back to the show. Now, last week there was a pretty big announcement, and that was that Papua New Guinea is going to be a co-host for the next Rugby League World Cup. Now, that is exciting news. What are your thoughts on that, Aaron?
Oh, it's exciting. Any opportunity that the country has to host major international games such as that builds a profile of the country. And it's not just about the sporting event, it's actually about putting our country out there to the rest of the world that we can host such events. But it also brings more people to the country, and that's exciting too, so well done.
So I guess it works well, in all aspects of hosting a tournament of that scale. And a lot of people actually questioning why Papua New Guinea. There was a debate about it on Facebook.
Right. Okay.
Yes. What's your take on that? I mean, obviously, rugby league is
National sport.
our number one sport here in Papua New Guinea.
Yep.
The success with the Hunters and obviously the Kumals being, the only national team compared to soccer and rugby union.
Sure.
At that level, Rugby World Cup,
Yeah.
and with the recent success of hosting the 2015 Pacific Games, I mean, that just says a lot already.
Yeah, well, I think PNG has proven to a lot of people now that it's capable of hosting major sporting events. The standard of delivery from the organising committee of the Pacific Games has proven that PNG has the facilities now through the investment of government, but we also have the local people, and that's something that's really exciting, is that there's a lot of people now that had that 2-3 years games experience now of what it's like to host sporting events. So, obviously Australia and New Zealand have done their homework to realise that we're capable of hosting such events. Obviously the World Cup for under 20 soccer next year as well is another exciting opportunity for the country to showcase itself, and we're aware of some other sports that are also in bid process for some other events. I believe there's some Olympic qualifying events being held here in PNG for different sports, so what a way to just build that community feeling that everyone can get behind our local athletes, and that's exciting.
Do you feel that this will be an advantage for the Kumals themselves? Because, we obviously
games.
perform way better in front of a home crowd.
Definitely.
Yeah, I'm not involved in necessarily the processes of how the team's preparing and who they're looking to play or anything. It's more just, I guess, from our view, the success of playing at home has always been that factor that's worked. And I think the lift that it provided for our athletes at Pacific Games definitely was a help. You know what it's like, just having your family there, familiar surroundings, the pride of wanting to play for your country in front of your home crowd is exciting. So, to whoever those are involved in that program, I'm certainly excited for them to have that opportunity.
Definitely. And Chairman for the PNG RFL and Governor for the National Capital District, they were over at the announcement of PNG being a co-host for the upcoming Rugby League World Cup.
History was made for the first time for the Rugby League World Cup yesterday, as an announcement was made for PNG to co-host the 2017 World Cup. Rugby League World Cup CEO Michael Brown said they have been working closely with the PNG government to ensure matches can be played in Port Moresby.
The Rugby League Commission has been working for many months with the Papua New Guinean government and the governor to ensure that we can play matches during the Rugby League World Cup in Port Moresby.
Minister for Sports Justin Chichenko said people of PNG will be cheering with this announcement.
I'm sure a lot of Papua New Guineans, 99% of them, will be cheering with this announcement, knowing that in 2017 we will have the World Cup played on our home turf.
Governor for NCD Powers Pakop was present as well and also expressed his excitement.
In what we are doing to make our city not just a truly national capital, but also a regional city that contribute to our region and also contribute to the world in bringing our people together. And Rugby League is a vehicle that can bring our people together from Australia, New Zealand and around the world.
The people of PNG also had their own say on the significant achievement.
27 World Cup Rugby League, mem good lo something lo Papua New Guinea, lo exposure yumi all Papua New Guineans lo world class rugby league too.
Some line or some ad lo, all by watching game or some chance or some game come, all by hosting some game there, or some online by got chance lo gonna watch him like game.
Plus watch him lo overseas country na board na. Mi plus out in those I'm all play but now all bakara comes la World Cup coming chelo PNG.
Well, you've heard it first from a few people of Port Moresby. Now it is a privilege for the country to host such a big tournament. Now to be recognized as being able to host an event as such, this sets a platform for the country to host other bigger events.
Awesome stuff, and I am definitely looking forward to the Rugby League World Cup coming to our shores here in Port Moresby.
Yeah, no, it's an exciting opportunity for PNG.
Definitely.
Yeah, and it'll definitely be massive for the Kumals, and again for Port Moresby to host a sporting event of that scale. We'll head out for a few short messages. Straight after the break, Elijah joins us out on location with all the results from this weekend. Welcome back. You're watching Sports Scene. Now, for the first time, Elijah Levet couldn't join us. Unfortunately, Aaron was the one that kicked him off for tonight's show.
Sorry about that, Elijah.
Good one. Yes, well, Elijah Levet joins us on location, as mentioned before, for all the sporting updates from this weekend. It was a big weekend in Port Moresby. Elijah, straight to you.
Thanks, guys. Now I'm down here at the Sejong Stadium. There is nothing happening here and I'm all alone by myself. But last weekend, we saw the Melanesian Cup take place here. It was a match between the Egma Gurias and the Sabeto Roosters from Fiji's Vodafone Cup. Now, I really don't know how to describe this match, but it was pretty one-sided with the Egma Gurias coming out victorious 42 points to 2. And we caught up with the coach of the Egma Gurias and my cousin brother from Fiji. No, I'm just joking, not my cousin brother, but yeah, the winger for the Sabeto Roosters, Isaac Turikeli, and this is what they had to say.
We learned a lot of things, and one thing we did take from here is the difference of level of rugby league here in PNG. But we got a taste of it tonight, and we're going to go back home. Prior to the next season, we're going to just remember this moment and try to pick up from where we left off.
Good stuff there from the guys, and now over to rugby union. We saw over the weekend as well at the Sir Hubert Murray Stadium, we had the National Provincial Championships, and about 12 member associations took part. And congratulations to the Morobe Hammerheads who beat the Black Orchids in the men's finals to take out this year's National Provincial Sevens title. And yeah, so there were a couple of new teams that took part, or new faces to this year's tournament, which were Manus and Goroka. And we caught up with them, and this is what they had to say about their experience. And now we head up to Cold Place Goroka, where they had their Besta FA Cup competition, the Highlands region. Now in the men's grand final, host Goroka went into battle with Hagen. Now Goroka sealed the victory 2-1, and in the women's division, we saw still Goroka take on Wabeg, which is a surprise, yes. And unfortunately, Wabeg couldn't make it, and Goroka came out victorious in the end, 1-0. Now we caught up with the coach for Goroka, Henry Mino, and this is what he had to say.
Yeah, definitely. We've got very young boys here taking part. Most of the old players have, settled down and moved on. These young guys have a chance in making it to the NSL. So good preparation, good training, we can get there. Goroka could be ready for the NSL.
And that should wrap things up here, and it's back to you guys in the studio.
Thank you, Elijah, for that. A lot of awesome stuff that happened. And what's coming up this week, Aaron? Is there anything interesting that's happening from the high performance division that?
Nothing, it's not specifically our event, but I know that the 26th to the 28th of November is the PNG Sports Expo, and we're in preparations of getting our stalls and demonstrations ready for that. So just thought I'd mention that. I think it's a really good opportunity that's been put on by the PNG Sports Foundation. So the Olympic Committee will have a stall there. We'd love to see you all come down and get behind the sports, get more information on anything about the sport that you're interested in.
Sweet, that should be exciting.
And of course, we've got the Telecom NSL kicking off next month. Yeah. So that should be huge for all you soccer fans out there.
Jeremy's
and that's when Jeremy can
crazy.
Join us
and he's
back
going to dominate
in the studio
with football. If you would like more information about anything we discussed on tonight's show, you can find us on MTV Online and on Facebook. Thank you very much, Aaron, for your time.
Thank you very much.
Awesome having you.
Thank you. Yeah, bit rude crossing paths.
It's okay. So thank you very much. You have a pleasant evening. Good night.